back. So glad that you've tuned in for another episode of Hometown Heroes. I'm your host, Mayor Jay Hurley for the City of Leesburg, and we have an exciting show for you today. I'm excited about the two people that you're going to be able to get introduced to and familiar with. Sitting with me as our first recipient of the Mayor's Award this month was Joe Gogan, and we're going to be introducing you to him in just a minute. I always like to take a little time to tell people what Hometown Heroes is, and that is something that we came up with on the commission this year. I felt like there are so many people in our community who do things because they care, just want to make the community a better place, want to improve the quality of life for other people. And so they take the selflessness out of the situation. There's no real big reward or monetary gain. It's just because they care. And so I said, you know what? Those people are the ones that really are heroes, and they're the people that make a difference for our community. So I wanted to be able to have a way to let other people find out who these heroes in our town are, and I wanted to be able to show my gratitude for what people do. So today you're going to meet our first guest, and my first recipient for last month was Joe Grogan. Joe is you're actually the general manager of Bill Bryan Subaru, is that correct?
That's correct.
Oh, and by the way, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Smile at the camera and tell everybody hi for me, will you, Joe? No, it's good to be here. I mean, you're kind of a unique guy. I mean, first off, and I want to take a serious note too to the people watching. I really appreciate your service, not only to the community, but I really appreciate the fact that you are one of our veterans and you served our nation. You served it very well, and you left with a lot of high marks. And we're going to talk about some of those things that you got to do in your military career. I'm gonna make you talk about yourself a little bit and brag, if you will. Let me. But you've also done things past that. So give me a real quick synopsis. I mean, I always can tell by that wonderful accent you have, you're not from the South, brother.
I'm actually from Fitchburg, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Yeah. I can't even say it,
No,
see?
you can't.
No, but that's good. And you've kept that. We haven't been able to get that accent out of you.
It's actually going away pretty fast. I've been down here about 16 years.
And you know, it's not going away fast,
No,
brother. It's
okay.
not really going away. And then when you go home, when you come back, is it really strong? And everybody's like, man.
People up north don't think I have an accent.
Really?
No.
But when you come back to Florida after you've been home for a week, is it? Because when I go to Texas and I come back, everybody's like, where did you get that drawl? It's so thick now.
Right.
And I'm like, well, I was listening to a bunch of Texans talk. So now when you come back and you have a lot of Yankees up there talking to you.
It probably happens, yeah.
So, born and raised up north, obviously, Massachusetts, and then decide, hey, man, I'm coming out of school. I want to try serve the country, and so you go into the Marines, if I'm right.
Went into the Marine Corps in 1978, August 14th. Landed on Parris Island, South Carolina. And it was all uphill from there.
Now you did quite a few things while you were in the service.
Right.
I mean, what did you start out in?
I started off as an aircraft mechanic and became an aircraft crew chief, and as my career went along, I had an opportunity to actually serve for the Presidential Helicopter Squadron, and it's called HMX-1.
Okay.
And it was a pretty good experience for me because it gave me an opportunity to travel even more than I had done before. And at the time, President Reagan was in office, and he left about a year and a half, and then President Bush Sr. was there. Got an opportunity to work with both people, and great people.
Yeah.
President Reagan was really fond of Marines, and one of my favorite quotes from him was, he says, some people spend an entire lifetime wondering whether they made a difference in this world or not, and Marines don't have that problem.
Wow.
And so that was, I always appreciated his appreciation for the military, and he always was very adamant that the military would stay strong. So.
Well, and he just respected the military as a whole.
Sure,
and
absolutely.
the service of of all branches, obviously. So you finally do your years of service, and then you retire, and you go back to New Hampshire.
I lived in New Hampshire when I retired. Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, something down in sunny Florida convinced you. What was it? What got you here?
Well, my best friend Rob Audette had come down, retired out of the Marine Corps also.
Okay.
4 years before me, and he says, "Come on down. It's sunny in Florida. It's warm out. Sell some cars, make some money, and have a good time."
Yeah.
And I said, I'm all right up in New Hampshire, and So after a little while, he convinced me to come down, and I came down in 2000,
Okay.
right after I retired, and been here ever since.
All right. So now here's kind of a thing that I know it's a little pun, and I'm having a little fun with this, but I think it's kind of cool that we're fixing to get into what you do that really, besides your service to the nation, has, even after you retired, now you're still doing something in the community and helping families in the community and all those things of that nature. But I think it's kind of funny that you are the general manager of Subaru.
Yes.
And their theme is kind of what?
Their theme is share the love and community service.
But
And,
more specific.
Dog tested, dog approved.
Dog tested, dog approved.
Yeah.
And then yet your big purpose and your drive to do things is for dogs.
Sure is,
So I
yeah.
have to wonder, did you pick Subaru because they like dogs, and I see them in the
Well-
commercials, they drive the cars, and there's some smart dogs. In fact, I see you on commercials with a dog.
Yes, I am.
And
yes.
that dog came from,
South Lake Animal League. We adopted Brewster when he was 10 weeks old,
okay,
and never even thought about doing commercials with him. And then all of a sudden, our advertising company said, "Hey, I got an idea for you," and Brewster became a star.
yeah, he is. I
Yeah.
mean, he takes away from you a little bit.
He does,
But he does a great job.
I don't mind giving him the attention.
No, he's a cool dog. And so tell me a little bit about it. I mean, give me some ideas of how, because there's a lot of people in here that are watching today that are going to be, they are looking for a dog or a pet, and or maybe they have, circumstances that come up that they no longer can take care of the
Right.
pet that they have, or, they're wondering how they can become involved in helping. So kind of give us a little bit of an overview here. I mean, what is it that people could do to understand what they could do to get one, get rid of one, help others?
Well, we started primarily with the South Lake Animal League, and we started doing dog adoptions in the showroom.
No kidding.
So we took the cars out and brought the dogs in, and we advertised it in the newspaper. We did all kinds of media mix to get people into the store to come and adopt dogs. And, we really just wanted to do something for the community. We just wanted to do, when you take that snapshot of the first time that little kid gets his dog, or that snapshot of the first time an elderly person comes in that lost another dog and wants to have another dog in
Okay.
their life, if you could take a picture of that at that moment, that's really a gift to all of us, because, going back as far as the 1800s with General Custer,
Yeah.
he had several dogs during his life, and that was in the 1800s, man's best friend.
Mm-hmm.
So, we kind of tied that in as a community thing. Subaru has other charities that they work with, but we really thought that the dogs were more of a local community kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we just like seeing the smile on people's faces when they get that dog and they're able to take him home. And it's as simple as coming to one of the dog adoptions and saying, "I'd like to have that dog in my life," and they fill out the paperwork, and they do some background stuff, check on it, make sure the dog's
So you
good
do
to go
want to
home.
make sure that a dog is
Oh,
going
yeah.
to a good home. You don't just throw them out to whoever
No,
walks
no,
in off
no.
the street.
No.
That's awesome, because
Yeah.
a lot of dogs have already had a traumatic experience,
Right.
maybe, or have been in a home where they were neglected,
Right.
not loved, if you will.
Right.
So I would think that it's crucial for them to
Right.
go somewhere
Sure.
where they can be loved
Yeah.
and be a part of that family
Yeah,
as a whole.
They have all their shots. They make sure that they're healthy, and they make sure that the home that they're going to is adequate for where they're going, and it's a pretty good little process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Now, I got to ask you this, just because I know that you are a sharp businessman, and you work 31 days in a 29-day month at trying to sell cars. Which one's harder, dogs or cars?
Cars.
All right, I understand. Well, listen, I want to just say a heartfelt thank you for all of that. And I hope that for our listeners who are out here today and you see the show, if you're looking for a pet or a Subaru, either one, or if you'd like both, they have some smart pets at the Subaru dealership, apparently. Go down and get with Joe, and Joe can let you know. Tell the viewers today, how could they get hooked up with your organization? Is there some place that they could call, or?
Sure. Bill Bryan Subaru. It's in Leesburg, Florida, right by the airport. And just come on down and visit us, and we'll give you all the information and connect you with the websites with all the different dogs on it. And they can actually bring the dog to the store for you to meet. You don't have to be part of the dog adoption, so it's that simple.
Okay, very
Yeah.
good. And also, as a way of saying thank you, one of our big partners in the community is the Home Depot. And the Home Depot has a gift for you for what you do, just a way for them to say thank you. And so, Joe, thanks for what you're doing. Thanks for coming on the show and being with me. When we come back, we'll be talking to our next guest. You will not want to miss her. She is an outstanding member of this community, and what she does has such a long-range effect on so many lives. You're not going to want to not see this show. So we'll be back in just a minute. Have a great day and stay around.